Assalamu alaikum all. Sorry that my l- last part of my IELTS slides and the presentation or video is coming very late, actually 3 months late. But now I'll be more regular. And this video is basically based on listening skills, which is also a very important part of IELTS. As we all know, that IELTS is a product of all four language skills, that is listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So I've already told you, I've already uploaded videos regarding reading, speaking, and writing, but the fourth part of the IELTS exam was left behind by me. So I'm here today and I've brought this video for you based on listening skills. So starting with the first slide, basically, how do we practice our or how we practice dictation and how do we practice our listening skills to improve our English skills, basically. So what we are going to do, we listen to the audio. We can find different tests online which we can listen to. And in the next slide, I am going to tell you about one address, one link where you can which you can type and you can go to that particular website and you can find out many topics related uh, passages which you can listen and then you can test your listening skills. So first thing that we can do to practice our listening skill is basically listening to the audio. So through different exercises, you will have to listen a lot, and that's basically the key to improve your listening skills in any learning method. Second is whatever you are hearing, whatever you are listening to, you're going to type that. So typing what you hear forces you to focus on every detail, which helps you become better at pronunciation, spelling, and writing. So whatever you are hearing in the audio, you are going to type that or you can write that as well. Then the third point is check and correct. So error correction is important for your listening accuracy and reading comprehension, and it's best to learn from mistakes. So if you're having or you're doing any mistakes, if you're writing wrong spellings, then that is basically the whole drill that you're going to go through. Last but not least is basically read it out loud. So once you have listened to the audio and you have typed or written whatever you have heard, you are going to complete the sentence and then you are going to try read it loud. That will definitely improve your pronunciation and your speaking skills. Okay, so here you can see there are different topics which you can find on this particular link that is given in black ink at the bottom, and you can just copy paste that and you can Google it and you can find many topics online for practice. Similarly, you can see few topics here: schedule of a conference, asking for advice on choosing courses, how to choose flooring materials, asking for moving services. So these are basically different IELTS recordings which you can listen to, and then you can um, polish your vocabulary as well as expressions. So basically, what is IELTS listening test? It is basically same for both IELTS academic test and IELTS general training test. If you are new and listening to my or watching my video first time, you must go to my very first video that was basically the introduction of IELTS, and there you can find out that basically there are two tests. One is general training test, and the other is academic test. So, what I am trying to tell you here is that whether it's general training test or academic test, the IELTS listening test for both the type of test is same. It has 40 questions, and you listen to four recordings, and each recording basically asks 10 questions. and that's how the whole process go on. So you can listen to four recordings, which is basically a mixture of monologues and conversations from a range of native speakers. And the only twist in the story is that you are going to hear each recording only once. So they are not going to repeat the recordings more than once. So what are the different types of recordings? The four recordings are as follows. Number one, recording number one may have a conversation between two people that is set in an everyday social context. So a very general conversation between two people is about recording one. Recording two is basically a monologue which is set in an everyday social context. For example, maybe a speech about local facilities. Recording three is a conversation between up to four people set in an educational or training context. For example, university tutor or maybe a student who are discussing an assignment. And recording four is again a monologue on an academic subject, for example, a university lecture. So let me tell you that what are different types of questions which we can find in IELTS listening. The types of questions may be different in every IELTS exam. They can't be same. So you have to go through all different types of questions and practice them to polish your skills. So number one type of questions are basically multi-choice questions. So a question is asked and then you are given three options, and you have to choose one correct answer after listening to the recording. Second type of question is matching. You are required to match a numbered list of items from what you hear in the listening audio to a set of options on the question paper. The set of options may be criteria of some kind. Then there's plan, map, diagram, labeling. So maybe you will need to complete labels on a plan, maybe a building, maybe a map, maybe a part of town, maybe a piece of equipment or a diagram, and you can usually select your answers from a list on the question paper. Sentence completion. In the sentence completion task, you are required to read a set of sentences summarizing key information from either all the listening text or maybe only one part of it. So you will then fill a gap in each sentence using information from the listening text, and a word limit is given, for example, no more than one word or a number. Then there's form, note, table, flow chart, summary completion, etc. So in this completion task, you are required to fill in the gaps in an outline of part or of all the listening text. The outline will focus on the main ideas, facts in the text, which may be a form, maybe a set of notes, maybe a table, or maybe a flow chart. Then it could be short answer questions. So questions are given and you are going to answer short answers. Read the question and then write a short answer using the information from the listening text. So sometimes test takers are given a question which asks them to list two or three points. But a word limit is given, there are no more than two words or a number. So if you use more than the word limit, your answer will be marked as incorrect. So check the word limit that is given in the question, and contracted words will not be tested. For example, don't. Hyphenated words count as single words like policeman. So short answer focuses basically on the ability to listen for concrete facts such as places, prices, times, or within the listening